What's up, YouTube? Give you some good smudging. Clear all that old ass energy off you. Bring yourself to the present moment. If you're new here, I'm Susie and I help people ascend. So if you resonate with my teachings, feel free to subscribe. Drop me a comment, love to hear from you. And please feel free to share my content and spread the love, spread the light, and watch the earth shift together. That's what I'm trying to say. Oh, and don't forget to light some good sacred smoke from time to time. Clear your energy, especially at this time as the earth is going through these huge shifts. You're going through huge shifts, you see. And letting go of all the old and making room for the new to start flowing into our lives. That's what this time is about. Letting go of the old and welcoming in the new. Hi, Hashtag. Hope you're well. Good to chat with you recently. How you doing today, brother? It's warm. Got everything closed up. It's warm in here. Oh. Hope you're well, man. Hi, Deborah, sister. How are you doing? Hope you're well. Yeah, it's all about cycles. Life's all about cycles. All good in the hood? That's mad. Good. Stay good. That's what it's about, when we can learn to maintain our energy through cycles in life, because it's all about cycles, Look at the earth shift right now. That's a huge cycle. It's a 26,000 year cycle shift. That's what we're in. And it's huge. And that's external shifts. And then we're going navigating our own internal shifts. And we can get to that point where we can cultivate ourselves, where we maintain our energy through life cycles. Because look at, everything is impermanent at the end of the day. Everything is impermanent. Where we're at right now. Oh, and I love the UK too. One love to everyone in the UK. One love to everyone. Shout out to all of my subscribers. You guys are all amazing people. I love you guys so much. You guys are so supportive of my work. And you guys are actually doing the inner work and putting the hard work in. And I see you guys. I feel you and I hear you. Okay? And we're so connected energetically. And if you haven't realized that, okay, realize that. We're so connected energetically. We're the light warriors, we're the light workers here at this time, making profound changes within, navigating these cycles, these changes, these shifts, healing our ancestors, healing our bloodlines, and paving the way for the future generations to come. We're planting seeds of consciousness. We're helping each other heal. We're helping each other expand and grow. Okay. Hi, Panda. My kid's mum died in a car accident. I'm so sorry to hear. I'm so sorry. And you know what? It's grief is one of those things we have to lean in and experience it. We can't run from grief, and it's horrible. And we look at these tragedies in life, and I lost my child, my only child, a few years back to suicide. So I understand grief on all levels. I understand the anger that comes with it. I understand how intense it is. But at the same time, I understand the cycles of life. She hit a tree and died on impact. I'm so sorry to hear. And I hope this can bring you comfort, this video and tonight's topic. But one thing I learnt, through losing my son, because, a lot of people told me back then, no parent should have to bury their child. But I had to shift my perspective hard, because the society says, it has to be this way. Society says that a person shouldn't shouldn't die before their child, or their child shouldn't die before them. But what, because society says that, remember this, my friends, okay, we're our spirit having a human experience. And yes, as horrific as some things are, and as horrific as some deaths are, this is life. Everything is impermanent. This is what this video is about. Everything is impermanent. And when it's our time, it's our time. I learned that. It was hard for me. Luke was my best friend, my only child, 16 years. I birthed him at 16 years old. We grew up together. So that hit me hard. I feel you. I feel all you guys, you've all been hit by grief by one way or another. But you know what I learned on my journey of healing and my ascension walk is cycles, seasons and chapters and reasons and seasons and reasons and seasons, because everything happens for a reason. Okay? If my son didn't die by suicide, I would have lost him. Maybe it was cancer, or maybe it was a car crash, because everything is destined. It was suicide. Okay, everything is destined. And I had to get to a point where I accepted that. I was having a conversation with someone dear today about Luke's death as well. And as much as I miss him, I can't go back and change it. I can't go back. We can't go back. But what we can learn to do is to heal. This is what this lifetime is about. It's the healing lifetime, where we claim our power back and we heal. We're not just healing ourselves when we do the inner work. We're healing our ancestors, our bloodline, all of the generations that came before us, all of our grandmothers and grandfathers and their great parents and their great parents, all the way up the family tree, that didn't get a chance to heal through their traumas, that didn't get a chance to heal through their heartaches, to heal through their grievances, to heal through their addictions, to heal through their angers, their rage, their shame, their guilt, all of that. So when we heal, let's remember the significance of that. So when grief arises for you, it's impermanent. Okay? But the thing is, life is about these cycles, and things are always constantly changing and shifting all the time. But when we can come into a surrendered state, like, thank you for sharing your story, because it's, it's adding to tonight's topic, my friend. Okay, it's when things arise in life, life is going to happen. Okay, deaths are going to happen. It's inevitable. It's bound to happen. We just don't know when our time is up. But the thing is, thank you, Helen. But the thing is, it's like we can get to that point where we can be in flow state, and we can accept every single season and chapter, whether that's externally, what's going on externally, what's changing and shifting out there, or what's changing and shifting within you. Because one minute you're fine and you're good and you're navigating and you're sweet, and then that can change real quickly. Okay, you can be fine in the morning, and then later on in the afternoon or that evening, you have grief come over you, and you need to release that. You're feeling that. Okay, excuse the outside noise. You can feel that. So when you surrender, when you're in a surrender state, that is how you'll heal a lot quicker. And it's not about trying to speed and rush our healing process. It's about being surrendered to the healing process, so the real healing can take place, because there's no resistance. And that's what it's about. Okay? And we don't die. There's no such thing as death. We just leave our physical body. We leave the physical body. It's our spirit here that's embodied in this meat suit, in our body, in our physical, whatever you want to call it. It's our spirit that's embodied. Okay? I was very spiritual. I was very aware, self-actualized before I lost my son. So it helped me. It helped me. That's why I'm still here today. If I thought death was the end, I wouldn't still be here today. But it was the end of a cycle. It was the end of Luke's earth walk. Luke still remains. Me and Luke, we hang out all the time in spirit. So that helped me. So when you can know that and really truly know who you are, well, then you can understand life on a deeper level, where you don't have to suffer in life when life throws you different seasons and chapters and reasons, because everything is happening for a reason. Thank you for your condolences. Sending love out to everyone here. Okay. But when we can be in a surrendered state with whatever happens, okay, everything is happening. Okay, it's happening behind the scenes, here, whatever you can see, whatever you can't see. But when you can surrender, okay, I completely surrender. That's the key, completely surrender. Whatever's arising in you, grief is arising in you, I'm going to surrender to that. That's just a chapter here right now. It's a season right now. The season can last a week. The season can last a day. The season can last years. How many of you have been going through the dark night of the soul on your healing journey, and 10 years, 12, 15, 20 years later still? That's a cycle, yeah? And things are always going to change and shift. You got to remember that. Everything is impermanent. And a lot of things are changing and shifting out there with governments and politics and all these things out there in the external world. The matrix is crumbling. When I say the matrix is crumbling, I mean the matrix is being exposed more and more every single day. Although all the corruption out there is being exposed more and more every single day. There's the end of an era. Okay, the dark ages, that's finished now. We're entering into the golden era. But for everything to change, all the external shifts to change, and all of your own internal shifts to change, okay, things need to be shaken up a bit. That's part of the process. The butterfly just doesn't go out and fly and spread their wings unless they're going through the cocoon, which is the dark period, which is what you're going through now, through the grief, through the trauma, through the realizations, through the things that are coming up from the past for you right now, for your healing and externally. with the world, the things that have been shaken up and been exposed now, because more light's coming through. You bring light to the shadow is going to be illuminated. That's when things shift. That's why things start to shift now in politics and all that. Different systems will be put into place, okay? But we need to remain present, because presence is key, okay? Just like like has hashtag let's go warriors, okay? Now's the time, but presence is key. This is why I teach presence, because presence has got me where I'm at today. And I'm not going to sit there and talk nonsense. I'm going to teach you what I've learned on my healing journey, because I've been through it in this lifetime, okay? And I've learned, and I still learn every single day, but I know presence is the answer to everything. So when you just don't know, you're in a void right now, for example, okay? You're in the void right now. You're changing your life right now. You're coming from some dense lifestyle. You've had all these bad habits. Maybe it was addictions. Maybe you lived in a place that you've outgrown now because you're doing the inner work. You're trying to change things up. You're going through this void right now. Maybe, you don't know what's next. You know what you want. You're speaking the word to the universe. You're manifesting it. But you're in that void. Yeah, you sit in that void. And it can feel frustrating. And you're sitting there, you're sweating, you're like, come on now, what's going on? What's the delay, universe, right? You feel me? You're like, yeah, talking to your ancestors. Well, what's the delay? I'm putting the good karma out. How come things is delaying for me right now? It's like all your abundance seems to be on snooze right now, but you know it's coming because you're in that void. Things are changing and shifting up. Your intuition is becoming more enhanced. Your spiritual gifts are becoming more enhanced. Your healing abilities are becoming more enhanced. You feel like, how come I'm not out on my public stage yet? Yeah, no, I come here for this. We're the warriors. We come here. We didn't come here to play small. We didn't come here to keep harsh. We come here to share and deliver the goods, which is the light, because you've embodied the light. You've done the inner work. You're doing the inner work. You're embodying more light. We're not supposed to sit there hiding behind closed doors. No. So you're in that void right now. Yeah. So surrender to that void. Completely surrender. You don't know where you're going next. You don't know what location you want to be living in. You know what you want, but you don't quite know the fine details. So then you surrender, because when you're in a surrender state, everything will just flow. You see, when you're surrender, now your spirit can work through you. Telling us, mark up the ego, like I say, mark it up, because the ego is always going to tell you, I should be here right now. But in that void, you're sitting and you're feeling uncomfortable. That's the crucial point right there. That's where you've been fine-tuned. That's where you're actually receiving deeper healing. Think about that. So if you're sitting there and you're fighting against the current because you're in this void right now, sit in it and bring gratitude to that void, because that's a cycle that you're in, but that cycle is going to shift later on. And when it shifts, you're ready, equipped, and you're armed with everything you need now for the next cycle, for the next chapter. You see, this is your training. Everything you're going through right now is the training. Even if it's with your health, for example, you're struggling with health right now, you got some crazy ass news about your health in this process now. You know you're going to be good because you believe that. You're doing the inner work. You're standing solid in your light. You know you're not destined to just fade out. No, you're going to heal. Your body's going to heal. You're rejuvenating. Your cells are rejuvenating. You already know that, because when you're present, when you're so super present, that means your body can no longer hold on to any old ass dense energies when you're super present. So if you've been holding on to anger from the past and rage, and these are the things that causes cancer as well, and diseases and imbalances in the body. So when you're super present, all of that suppressed and repressed emotions and stuff that you've been holding on to, childhood, ex-marriages, whatever, is going to come to the surface because you're present. And that's where real healing takes place. But you have to completely surrender to that cycle, the cycle that you're in right now. Okay? Don't fight against it. Let whatever is arising come up for you, because that's where the healing is going to take place, and that's when you're going to restore your health. Because you cannot be super present and get around like that and have poor health. The poor health is just because you weren't super present for so long, big majority of your life. Illnesses and disease doesn't happen overnight. It takes a long time to happen. So it will take a little bit of time for your body to catch up. You've embodied the light. You're onto it. You're sharp. You're on fleek. But your body's going to take a little bit of time to recalibrate, because it's the body we're dealing with. Energetically, things can happen like that. But physically, it's denser. 3D is denser. It takes a little bit longer to catch up. You see what I'm saying? So surrender to the cycle that you're in right now, your healing process. That's a big thing that will really benefit you, my friends, at this time. Surrender to that healing cycle right now, because you're in a healing cycle right now. It's a huge thing. A lot of people are in this right now. People are healing, but they don't even realize. They think their life is turmoil right now because, maybe because the partner walked out of them, they got evicted from their house, the car broke down, whatever. People look at these things like chaos, but it's like, no, everything is actually happening to serve you. It's the ego that's telling you, oh, it shouldn't be this way. Oh, this person shouldn't have done me wrong. Playing victim. Recognize the ego, like I say, study the ego, mark up the ego. So when life throws you a situation, the doctor tells you got some illness, okay? Or, the landlord says, okay, I'm going to sell my house now, time to move on, okay? Or your partner comes home one day and says, I'm in love with another person, whatever. Boom, you're in flow state. All right, well, that's meant to happen exactly how it's supposed to happen. And it's just happening for me right now. But the minute your ego attaches to that situation, this is where practicing non attachment is going to benefit you. You practice non attachment. You're no longer attached to this person. You're no longer attached to this job. You're no longer attached to this outcome. You got goals, you're manifesting things, manifest it, put it out to the universe, speak it to the universe, let it go now. But don't attach to it, how it's going to come. How's this going to work out? How, when you're going to meet your lovely man or your lovely queen or whatever. Let go. Non-attachment will set you free. So whatever's happening, okay? No more matrix contracts like Hashtag says. No more matrix contracts, yeah? So when things happen and changing and shifting, you're a surrendered state now, okay? Doesn't mean not feel what's coming up. Your partner comes home and says, look, I'm down for another woman or whatever. Doesn't mean you can't feel that. Don't deny your feels, because that's how you get sick in the first place, because we shoved the feels down, we covered it up, we drank, we smoked, whatever. You didn't allow yourself to process that. Feel it. Yeah, doctor gives you bad news, you feel the emotion with that, you feel sad, you feel scared, feel it. But don't attach to it. Recognize it, because your higher self, your spirit, recognize that, see it for what it is. And you're laying there later on this evening when you're laying in bed. Thank you, Michael. When you're laying there in bed this evening, it's night time here now, but wherever you are, tonight is daytime there now, but when you lay your head tonight, this evening, lay there and deepen your presence. I want you to deepen your presence, because I talk about presence all the time, because presence was going to set you free. You'll be fully surrendered. So practice presence when you're laying there in bed. People lay there in bed, they start thinking of the day, everything. No, come here to the now moment. Come to your breath. You're laying in bed. That's it. Be in your body. Bring yourself into your body more and more. The reason why I say practice it in bed, because in bed, there's not many distractions in bed, unless you go on a bed with phones and screens and nonsense. No, that's your quiet Zen spot. Okay, that's where you retreat. So practice presence there. It's meditation, because you're present. You're present, everything happens there. Everything will fall into place when you're present. You don't have to worry nothing. So when you're laying there, bring your awareness to your body. Start there. Connect to your breath. Connect to your breath. Now start to, what can you acknowledge outside? I can hear a car driving in the distance. Okay, so pay attention, so you're fully present, because that way you're not in your head. You're in your head, you're not thinking. You're not thinking, oh no, doctor told me I'm sick. Now you're not worrying, you're not stressing. Your nervous system isn't going to get cranked up. Your cortisol levels aren't going to rise. You're present, and when you're present, okay, now your spirit, your higher self, can work through you. This is where you're going to gain the clarity, or hear from your third eye. It's your third eye. Your third eye is becoming more on fleek these days, through presence, because you're choosing to eat right, because you're exercising, you're pulling the toxins out of your body, you're doing the parasite cleanses and all that. There's no reason for your intuition not to get sharper now. You see what I'm saying? That's why the matrix out there, they do everything they can to shut down the third eye. It's the biggest weapon. That they target, that is the biggest weapon. That's your third eye. Tap like this from time to time. Shift the energy. When you're meditating, meditate here on your third eye. And when your third eye starts to expand more, when your third eye starts to open more, okay, you may see the eye. You may be there in meditation, you see the eye. The third eye opens in layers. You may open, you see the eye open, maybe 6 months later, a year later, whatever, you see it open again. But through the process, you may be right now, especially now, because after all the X classes that we had last week, 5, 6 X classes, increase intuition. Remember I told you, increase healing. Increase healing means increase intuition. So then your third eye may be tingling and pulsing. Me, myself, I've been having a lot of third eye activations lately. It's wonderful. Okay, I'm feeling the pulsing, I'm feeling the tingling, I'm twitching. My forehead will just start twitching like that. It's just going. I'm laying there, just twitching away. Mad. I'm flow state. I'm surrendered to that. I'm not getting my head overthinking it, worrying. I know this is just Kundalini energy on the flow, baby. It's rising. You see? So bring the presence in. Solar codes, light codes, get out in the sun. I've been soaking up that sun, getting it all in. Presence is key. So, so really cultivate your being present, okay? Because look, You know, we shouldn't be getting our panties in a bunch because we open the refrigerator and we spilt the almond milk. Do you see what I'm saying though? People react so strongly to the smallest things. I can say that I found my son after he, you know, left his physical body. I've seen some shit, and so have you guys. You guys are warriors out of here. You ain't just been through little. No, you guys have been through some shit and still navigating some shit. So what? Do you think after all this, everything, we're gonna cry over spilt milk? That's flow state, baby. So you driving, your car gets a tire goes flat. You don't get your panties in a bunch because you're no longer reactive. You're just zen. You're just cruising around in zen vibes. Yeah, it's not working out for you right now. I need to be here right now. I want to get there right now. I should be at this place here, right here. I should be with these people now. I should be doing that. I should have this book out already. I should have this album out already. It's the ego. It has to be this way. Instead of surrendering to the now moment. Why? Because everything is happening for a reason. And if it's meant to be, it would be. You see what I'm saying? If it's meant to be, it would already be. So it's in this moment, in those moments when we're in that void. We're in that void for the physical things to play out. We're in the void because we want our spirituality to be at a certain place. Your spirituality, you are spirit. That's what you are. But your gifts and your abilities, it's innate. It's part of you. The more you heal, the more present you are. You unlock everything. Yeah, your flow state. Shit happens. Okay, people gonna disappoint you. People gonna let you down. You're cruising, especially you cruising in the matrix. You're seeing some crazy shit. People are acting hectic, but you're just zen because you realize that what's the point of stressing? What's the point of reacting? You're just going to lose energy anyway. We don't have to lose our peace. Okay, it's about peace at this point in the game, right? Everyone wants happiness. People want fame. People want clout. But it's like, to me, it's about peace. There's nothing more valuable in this lifetime right now for me than my peace. Okay? Let me know if peace means that much to you too. So when you value your peace like that, you spill the milk out of the fridge, why would you? That's only you. It's on you. You and your ego is going to disrupt your peace. If something didn't turn out how it's supposed to, you thought you were supposed to live here, you applied for this house, you didn't get that house there, but you're okay because you're like surrendered. Okay, thank you, universe. Thank the universe. It wasn't meant to be. You see, it's the mind. The ego has to be this way though, but always has to be this way. This is the ego. Recognize the ego. Recognize how the ego is sabotaging your own peace. Yeah, and you pull yourself up. Okay, thank you, Hashed. Thank you. You see what I'm saying? Everything's impermanent. Everything is always constantly changing and shifting all the time. You're going to have moments where you feel so good, you feel so elated, you're just looking at your life and you think, I'm so content. Even though I don't got the $1 million, even though I don't got the flash car, even though I don't have the Prince Charming, because you realize that none of that matters because it's just all external coming in. When you recognize who you really are, you're okay. Because richness, to me, being rich is being spiritually rich. It means my spirit is rich. My spirit is lit because I've done that. And that's what you can do too. You cultivate your spirit by just letting go. Let go of everything. Let go of the baggage from the past. Let go of the expectations from others. Let go of trying to control. We're always trying to control stuff, yeah? Let go of trying to control others. What about this? Our loved ones even. They're not on the same level of consciousness that where we're at, right? But you find yourself getting, jacked up because of that. You're getting your panties in a bunch. You're feeling sad. You're getting stressed. You're worrying because they're not eating how you eat, because they're not meditating how you do, because they're not using natural medicine, whatever. They're not at where you're at. So you're sweating it. But it's like, that's part of letting go too. You got to surrender everything. You have to let go of everything. That's where you will find your freedom. That's where you will find your peace, when you can completely let go. And you're going to have moments where the ego is going to come forward. But you get to a point, you come back, you center yourself real quickly now. Yeah? And you realize, oh, wow, I was off on a tangent with my ego for the past 10, 20 minutes, half an hour, whatever. You pull yourself back up. You keep doing that. Yeah? One love, y'all. I love you guys so much. Good energy to you guys, and lots of healing energy too. And you realize, you don't need to lose your energy for anyone. I've been in a couple of situations myself recently because, I'm changing things up for me because it's on us. A lot of people waiting around for the world to save them, for someone to come and save them. People think Trump's going to come and save them. People waiting for Jesus Christ to come and return. Jesus Christ is consciousness, Christ consciousness. What do you think the 144,000 is? It's the God code because you tapped into your spirit. That's what Jesus was all about. Christ consciousness, unity, compassion, peace, presence, service to others. That's Christ, Jesus Christ. That's what Jesus Christ taught. These are Jesus Christ's teachings, and I've never been religious, but I believe in the power of love. I believe the power of love will set us free because, you're not the ego. The ego is, even when you're in love with someone, when you think you're in love with someone, oh, this is my twin flame, this is my soulmate. Is it even really love? How can it really be love if it's coming from the ego? Love is when you can come in and love yourself first. But not love yourself in the ego way. Love yourself first because who you are is spirit. Doesn't matter what you look like, what your shell looks like, how you do your hair, how many tattoos you have, how buff you are, how much money you have, or social status, whatever rank you're at in your community. It does not matter. It's your spirit that matters. That's all that matters. So if you get to that point, you feel so spiritually rich, shit, that's where it's at. You're spiritually rich then. Doesn't matter. Things aren't working out how your ego wants it to be. You're G anyway. You're G. You sleep. You lay your head at night. You're so grateful. Thank you, universe. I didn't receive that house today. Cool. Because it wasn't meant to be. You see? That's flow state. Oh, thank you, universe, that this person now just walked out of my life. Well, thank you, universe. That's the end of that cycle. That's that chapter. One door closes, another door's going to open. Be grateful when those doors shut. There's a cycle ended. That's the chapter finished now. We're not supposed to stay stagnant in one spot. You see what I'm saying? Hi, Brian, brother. How are you? I'm here a little late. I'll let you off this time. Don't be late to the next class, bro. No, you're good, bro. I'm good, thank you. Yeah, I've had a pretty cruisy day today. I'm sipping the herbal tea at the moment. And so just be in flow state. Just cultivate flow state. When you surrender, the biggest thing is to surrender. Okay? Hi, Mama Adu. Just surrender. Whatever life is presenting to you right now, it feels uncomfortable. Yeah? You feel sticky. It feels like, what is going on? You have those moments like, shit, what's going on? Just keep pulling yourself back to presence. It's all happening for you. Sometimes you don't realize how much the universe loves you. The universe has nothing but unconditional love for you. The universe is love. It's man's egos that made it otherwise and that makes us think otherwise. Remember all the programming, all the subconscious programming, all the programming we've been programmed with since childhood, through our parents, even through our ancestors, through our parents, through the matrix, through school, all the indoctrination, all the nonsense along the way. It's all been programming. We're at this time now where we're healing such deep layers. We're embodying so much more light. We're stripping away all those old layers too. So now you're cruising and things are coming up to you, but you're having epiphanies at the same time. Oh, yeah, wow, that's right. This is wow, this happened, wow, because of that. So then you're experiencing glimpses of that. Now the next thing happens, because really what's good and what's bad? You start to slide into duality consciousness now. What's good and what's bad? Why is that good then? And why is that bad? Well, because now it's nice and sunny, it's beautiful, walking is pleasant. And then 10 minutes later, rain clouds now, raining on me, I'm walking. Why does that have to be a bad experience? Why can't I just be in flow state and shit, it is what it is. That's how I get about. Because why? Because that's where I feel more free. That's where I feel peace. I was always searching for peace in my life. And even like I said this before in a video, always searching peace. Read all the books, spoke to Buddhist monks. Man, I was that woman, I'll climb up the mountain, sit there and meditate. I'm going to sit in, I'm going to feel peace. But I was fighting with my head, fighting with the ego's loud. I'm trying to hush it. Shit. I learned. Don't try to hush the ego. Just observe the ego. The ego's getting loud because you don't know your next move, you're in the void. The ego's getting loud because you got some health issue now. It's just your body's trying to heal. Your ego's getting loud now because your missus is cranky at you. She wants to leave your ass. Whatever the situation. Yeah. All right. Whatever the situation, just be present with it. Okay, the ego will always try to pull you into like a frenzy. You see, so I was always that woman. I was like, I got to a point. I was like, I lost my train of thought then. But I got to a point. I was like, even after I lost my son, I said I'll still attain peace because that was my life mission to attain peace in this lifetime. I was searching, did the books, read this, everything, and then I realized one day actually, what peace isn't far. It's here within, and it's through presence, and everything is through presence because yeah, I'm standing there, I might have something cute on, whatever, I'm ready to go out and whatever. It starts raining. I don't know, truck drives past me, and you know, when the truck drives in the puddle, car drives in the puddle, water splashes on you. Say that happens, for example, straight facts, right? That happens. Oh shit. I'd laugh now. But the younger version of me, the me that was still my ego, that would have been a disaster. Now, shit, that's funny. Well, that was meant to happen. I was meant to go home and change now. Maybe I wasn't meant to wear that little cute skirt out tonight. You know? Maybe it was a real creepy dude that was just, you know? Like, that's what I mean. Whatever the situation, it's like, well, it is what it is. And it just happened for a reason. Okay, cool. I got delayed now to go home and change my clothes and change that, put that on. It just maybe delayed me for half an hour because there was a car accident up the road on the way to my destination, for example. Do you see what I mean? You start to come from that perspective. You start to live like that. So then you're at peace now. You're no longer fighting the current. It is what it is. You're not reacting. You're not reacting. People are always constantly reacting. Look at it. People go put the mainstream media on. It's just pumped. So much nonsense is just pumped out on that. And people are constantly, they're reacting every second. I'm around people who watch that nonsense. And they come, they're reacting. Oh, Susie, guess what? I'm like, I don't want to hear it. I choose my peace. I'm not going to give my peace away. And you're in control of your own peace. I encourage you, don't hand your peace away. Don't hand your peace away to anyone. If people are going to still vibe low and partake in matrix business and vibe on that level, that's where they're at. Okay? But you can simply say, well, I don't want to hear it. I don't need that energy in my life. I'm choosing my own energy. I'm creating my own life. I'm living here on the new earth, on the fifth dimension. Okay? I'm not residing on matrix anymore. Matrix energy is trying to come up. I'm here in this area here, this hometown here. I've been here for years. I'm running to a lot of energies from the past. My boundaries are more staunch than ever before. I ain't going backward just because you knew me back then. Was you my friend back then? One love to everyone, but you weren't really my friend back then. You just thought I was cool. Oh, we used to train in the gym together, or you thought I was cute, whatever. It's like, this is my energy. I'm honoring my energy, so honor your energy. You don't have to go back to old energies. Remember that. Old energies from the past come knocking on your door. Don't let anyone disturb your peace. There's a reason why people are your past. Okay? There's a reason why they're past. People break up, they have these relationships, okay? They break up, they go separate ways, but then their ego feels they need to be attached to someone because they can't be alone, because they can't sit with the pain. They can't sit with the discomfort. They just need someone there. Yeah? Their ego's fighting and fighting. But it's like, but you went separate ways for a reason. Don't slide back. Don't slide back because you feel uncomfortable. When you're working through a cycle right now and you're working through a cycle, you're healing some element of you. Sometimes when we're healing layers, maybe you're healing some part of your childhood, but there's layers to that you're healing part of your adulthood at the same time. Maybe it's some abuse or sexual trauma or money wounds or whatever. So you're healing different layers, but you're healing childhood, but you've got things coming up. And it's like, stay present with that because that cycle will shift. That's going to shift. Okay, it's impermanent. So just don't lose. You can stay peaceful as you're going through a purge. As things are coming up for you for healing and purifying, you got to lean into the emotions. It's coming up. You feel sad. Well, completely surrender to that. I'm going to feel the sadness for this year now because I didn't get to feel the sadness for that when I was a kid. So now it's coming up and out. Maybe you don't feel sad. Maybe you just have the memory. It's got to come up and out. But if you're going to fight against that, you're just going to push it down and make it harder. Surrender. Fully present moment. When you fully make peace with that, you accept shit. This is enough for me. This is what's here right now. Fully accept that. Okay? And you won't suffer. This is what I'm saying. This is like instant transmutation. Boom, boom, boom. You're sitting there now, you're doing the inner work. You're getting stronger, my friends. You're getting stronger, you're getting more courageous. Your solar chakra is lit right now, yeah? Shit. You're getting in. You sit there now, you ain't playing about, oh, it's evening time, yeah, I had food. I brush my teeth. I'm in my pajamas now. That's it. It's my zen time. I'm going to do shadow work before I hit the bed. You light your candle, you get in, and get in, drop in. Drop in. What's going to come up? What do you have for me, higher self? Let's do some processing then. Let's do some shadow work. Boom, sit with it. Now, whatever's coming up, watch it. Just observe it. Just observe it, my friends. Watch it come up. Don't attach to it. And as you purge that, as you release that old energy, as you release that old emotion, as you witness it, or as you have those flashbacks, even, you can go through that through a state of peace. I'm telling you now. Okay? You can purge and you can heal by not losing your peace because you're not attached to it. Because your higher self, you're witnessing your body, you're witnessing whatever's coming up, and you're going to watch it. It's going to shift. That's how you maintain your peace. So now you maintain your peace like that when you're in your own energy, when you're shifting your own stuff, while you're healing, while you're ascending. This is what it's about, baby. We're ascending. The only way through is through. So then now you're around other people, then you're already well equipped. You're around other people, you got this shit because you can do it on your own now. Now you're out in public, then this person's fucking testing you right now. Excuse my French, this person's testing you. Okay? You know, you're so present. I was in a public setting today. I had to sit in a government building, in the Matrix building. Hi, Gidget sis. I love you guys. So I was sitting in the government Matrix building today, and this guy comes in, and I knew straight up, because I'm present, but I knew straight up, this dude's going to test me a little bit. I'm going to be super, super present then. You know what I'm saying? You got to be super, super present sometimes, right? Especially in Matrix buildings, right? Shit. This dude coming straight up, he's like having a deep perv. I don't mind if guys look, fair enough, I'm beautiful, look. But when you're having that real deep thing, that used to really trigger me. So I'm sort of like been working through this element lately because it's childhood, come back from childhood sexual trauma, right? But it's good because I come so fast. I'm like, yeah, shit, I'm winning here. I feel good. I'm ascending, baby. I ain't playing about, okay? So he comes in and straight up, it's all perspective now, okay? Because the old version, the old ego of me would be like, look at this sleaze. Oh, fuck, I just want to tell him, what the fuck are you looking at? That was the younger me, and I would. Because I had so much sexual trauma. I hated that when men would look at me like a piece of meat. But I told myself perspective. Okay, things are beautiful. Now be present. Don't let the ego pull you back to the old way. This is what I want you to do. Watch how the ego is trying to pull you back to the old behavioral way. We ain't the old behavioral patterns anymore. That's what I'm saying. We're shifting out of those old ass cycle. New earth vibes here. Yeah, okay. So then cool. I just did that like that. Then he sits right near me out of all the chairs. He comes and sits right near me, and he's eating popcorn, or I don't know, it was like nuts or something. It was real crunchy, and he's crunching real loud. I'm like, thanks, universe, because I love what you're doing, because the universe is going to hook you up with some little test. So looking at everything is like, thanks, universe, opportunity for me to cultivate sitting through this matrix office as I'm sitting here, it's matrix as it is, and this man is sitting here near me after fully having a perv at me. He comes and sits right near me, and now he's munching his peanuts. What a real loud, I'm sitting there. And then I was just so present. I felt so fucking peaceful, is what I'm trying to say. So use those little moments, those little opportunities to cultivate peace. Yeah? And then just no one's going to steal your peace. No one can rob you of your peace, of your energy. If people out there, like, what do they call, energy vampires and stuff. We don't need to call people that. Sounds rough, but the reality is people do try to take your energy, okay, in some way or another. But the number one thing is that you don't have to leak your energy. People can try to take your energy from you and try to, push your buttons and trigger you. But it's like, actually, what cycle are you trying to be in now? Are you trying to be in New Earth cycle? And you're trying to be in the Old Earth cycle right now. So pay attention over the coming days, okay? Over the coming days now, my friends, pay attention, okay, to the old ways, okay, and the new ways. The new ways you're going to start to cultivate now. The things you're going to work on a bit more now, so you can leave that old cycle and you step into the new cycle. Okay, like I said, now you're shedding your skin even more than before. We're letting go of those old layers, yeah? You're becoming more peaceful. You're sending more. Your consciousness is expanding. Your third eye is activating even more. So use these moments when the universe is testing you, when people are testing you, use those moments. Keep cultivating presence, okay? And accept, okay, right now, this is going to shift. Whatever it is, whatever you're sitting in right now is going to shift. And it feels so super uncomfortable. That's when the ego gets louder. You see that, yeah? You know what I'm talking about. When it feels super uncomfortable, that ego's getting louder and louder. You're feeling the frustration. Or you're feeling the impatience? Okay, pull yourself up. Back to breath. Shit. Okay, I just lost presence for a sec. I went with it. The ego was pulling me. I was getting frustrated. I was getting impatient. Nah, I don't have to now anymore. Quick, come back to breath. Anchor yourself back into the present moment. This too shall pass. Tell yourself that. This too shall pass. This is a cycle here. Things are shifting. We're constantly changing and shifting all the time. You're not the same person that you was last week. So later on, when you lay your head on the pillow tonight or this evening, okay, take a moment to honour yourself, how far you've come and how many different cycles and seasons and chapters that you've navigated through, and you're still here built like a warrior, shining so brightly, putting this love here on the channel, spreading the love around the world. Take a moment, honour yourself, because all the things you went through in the past, all the pain, all the trauma, all the grievances, all of that, people try to knock you from your feet, and you're still here lit. Yeah, so honour yourself, and when people try to rob you of your peace, breathe and remember who you are. Stay in your heart, stay compassionate. This is what this time is about. It's about unity. It starts with me, it starts with you. So go and practice these things and watch your life shift. Your life is going to shift. You can't come and watch my channel and watch my videos. Okay, you can watch it, but if you're not applying it, your life's not going to shift. So apply it. I know you guys apply. I know who's serious here. Apply it. And you're going to shift again. You're not going to be the same person you was yesterday even, okay? So that's all my beautiful friends, okay? Flow state. Whatever's life presenting to you, that's it. Just flow state, surrender. Thank you, universe. It is what it is right now. It's going to shift, it's going to change. I'm not going to try and push it away anymore. I'm not going to try to resist it. There's no need for me to lose energy right now. There's no need for me to unnecessarily get angry because I'm not getting what I think I want right now. But the ego's telling me I need it right now. It needs to happen right now. I want it now. No. Surrender. Everything is in divine timing. The universe has your back. Come back and remember that. The universe loves you. Okay? Big hugs to you too, sister. I love you guys so much, okay? I'm going to finish my cup of tea now. The tea always gets cold with y'all. I love you guys so much. See you soon, okay? Flow state. That's how we're going to navigate. Because we're going to the top, my beautiful friends. One love. See you soon. Please hit the like button for me. Share my videos if you can. See you soon.